Mr. John Kent, one of the Kent brothers, Kent's Firestone, Batesville. How are you, John
Fine,
Kent?
Mr. Black, how are you?
I'm absolutely wonderful.
Good.
Tell me about the rain showers that came along the way. Have we had
Showers?
Have we had a little shower or two?
Or a deluge?
Yeah, we had a deluge of water, didn't we?
Is that French, deluge?
I don't know, but that means it's a bunch.
It'll drown you, I'll tell
I
you.
guarantee you. Had a bunch of water up here, hadn't we?
Water everywhere, and you better not drink any of it.
It's not good, is
No,
it?
it looked bad.
Bad water.
Closing roads washed out. It's been a...
Well, the day we came from Newport, we had to come around. We had to go to Bradford, go to Velvet Ridge. Couldn't get through 69 or 14 either way, through Oil Trough or through Newark either way. The road's closed. But the good thing right now is the water's going down. It's going down in Batesville, and the bad thing is it's still in your basement.
It's getting out, though.
It's getting out.
My wife just called me and told me if I'd come kick the door out that's supposed to keep it out, the rest of it would run out.
Is that right?
And she said, do you have time to hose some of it out? And I said, well, I don't have time to be here, let alone there.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's a deal that you just have to deal with.
That's right.
Everything's going to be okay.
But is it
May?
May?
Is it May?
I think it's May.
Is it May?
Yeah.
Ben, what month is it? May. Hey, listen, when you get to be 47 and 48 years old, like we are, we're due to forget a few things. You 47?
Like what?
Huh?
Who are you?
It is May.
It is May.
Happy May.
Hey, and the sun is shining, and
Beautiful
it's clear, and it's not raining, and it's probably going to get hot. You know,
sir.
it's finally going to maybe, but it was been real cool the last few days.
Different, hadn't it?
Yeah,
Been different for sure.
The May flowers can't even come up. They come up and say, "Oh, you can go and do this."
April showers turned into May floods.
Yeah,
It sure did.
Now this is the 2nd of May.
Yes, sir.
And on the 4th of May, we're going to start a brand new sale on Firestone branded tires
Okay.
with a $60 rebate.
Okay.
$100 if you have a Bridgestone Firestone credit card.
Okay.
If you don't have one, we'll apply for one, and you know you can save $40 more. $40 is $40, isn't it?
Just applying for a card.
Just apply for a card. That's right. You have to use it and then pay it off when it comes.
Sure.
But that's what we have coming up for May. And hey, I hear all these things coming around saying it's last day of school. School's about out. You know, teachers saying 3 weeks and 1 day and 5 hours, but who's counting? You know? So, hey, you know what happens after school gets out?
I know what happens.
What happens?
The plan is on and vacation is there.
Yes, the trips are about.
Yes.
Yeah, but you might want to make sure your car is ready to go on that trip before you head out to Florida or California or Wisconsin or Myrtle Beach. I mean, you know, wherever you're going, there's going to be hot highways, and your tires better be good. And your oil needs to be changed, and your brakes need to be looked at, and guess where you can get all that done?
Well, you get all that prep work done, if you would like, at Kent's Firestone right here in Batesville. We've been doing this for a long time. We've got a lot of experience in doing this.
Yeah, that's right.
And experience sometimes means old, and if that's what makes us, that's okay.
Yeah,
you know,
well.
we just interviewed at White River Area Agency on Aging, and we talked about this being Older Americans Month.
Oh, is it
Yes,
really?
it's Older Americans Month.
Welcome to Older Americans
Thank you,
Month,
sir.
David.
I am excited to be at Older Americans Month. I'm telling you,
Every
I'm
day.
thrilled to be here every day.
That's right,
sir.
that's right.
They said there was some question years ago about senior citizens and older Americans, and I said, well, I've asked people if I needed to get a senior citizen discount, but I've never had anybody to ask me if I wanted my older Americans discount. But I like it, though. I like it.
Yeah.
So all you older Americans out there, you better come in here and get your car checked.
That's right. And your younger Americans too. That's right. That's right. Well,
But it is the time. It is the time.
You remember the old Burma Shave signs?
No.
See, you're not an older American. Burma Shave was a shaving cream, and they used to put up billboards on the highway with slogans on them.
Okay.
And you had to read each one before you got to the end, and they'd stretch for 5 or 6 miles sometimes.
Okay.
My favorite was always, spring is sprung. You know, it's spring. The grass is riz, where last year's careless drivers is. And then the last sign would say Burma Shave. So
I don't
here we are.
remember though.
Well, you never traveled much as a kid. Dad and Mom kept you tied
I was
up
in the back seat. I was in the trunk.
in the trunk. That's right. Laying up in the back window asleep.
That's right. That's right.
With Bud picking on you, probably.
Well, that's right too.
Yeah.
I guarantee he was, no doubt.
Get on the floor where I put you.
He made us do that.
Yeah.
He did make us do that. Bud was 6 years older than me and 4 years older than our other brother, and he bossed us around when we were kids
Just when you were kids.
and adults.
Yeah, right. He was a good guy. Even though he bossed you around, he was a
He's
good
a
guy.
great guy.
That's right, yeah.
God rest his soul. He's a good guy.
That's right. That's right.
Yes, sir.
But we want you to be safe on that trip. If you can't pay for it all at once, remember we do have those time payment plans here where you drive away with time to pay. 6 months no interest on the Bridgestone card, or 22 months to pay if you need to spread out a little longer. 90 days on our no credit check plan. That's still going well for those who need a little help, and the credit may be not exactly like you want it to
Sure.
be. So don't forget that. Let's get the oil change, brake check. Get ready for that trip, because there's nothing worse, folks, than having your family loaded in the car and wind up like Chevy Chase on National Lampoon Vacation, broke down on the highway. You don't need that, because we often find that the highway service is not nearly as affordable as the home service.
No, sir, it's not. And every time you go somewhere on a trip, you'll see people on the side of the road, and then a lot of times you'll see people on the side of the road with everything, when you're on vacation, with everything out of their car. They have to unload the car, they have to get to the spare. And I mean, a lot of things like that happen, but if you're prepared and up, ready to go, most of the time it's not tire. Most of the time it's you pull over and it's something that may be related to mechanical issues that you could have taken care of had you. And
little preventive maintenance.
Absolutely.
Bring it in while we're doing that oil change. We're going to look at your air filter. We're going to check your belts, see if they're cracked up and need to be replaced, because that'll really let you down. There's no digging that out of the trunk.
No, you can't find a belt back there, can you?
No,
and if you can find one, you could put it on. No, you couldn't.
Where's that thing go? And most cases anymore, there's just one belt.
That's correct.
So it used to be you'd break an air conditioner belt, you could limp on in.
Right.
Broke a power steering belt, a little harder to steer. But now that belt runs that air conditioner, that power steering, that water pump.
Yes, sir.
Everything.
Yes, sir.
One stop does it all, and one stop will stop you.
One break makes one
break,
stop.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
And it isn't a funny break either.
No, sir. No, sir.
Let's do a little preventive maintenance. Let's get your car checked for the vacation trip. Take advantage of the discounts on tires. We've still got lots of things on special, and still get some buy three, get one free on some lines that we have. So that's the only place I know of anywhere you can go get buy three, get one free.
Well, it's
Pep
on the
Boys
place.
are gone, so.
Right. That's I mean, you don't see that promotion except here. I mean,
that's right.
Or a nationwide promotion. And amazing to me when you're talking about. That's 25%. I mean, people get excited when we go, hey, you got 10% off. I mean, 25% savings on something is a phenomenal savings.
That's right.
It's getting a free tire.
Now, yesterday we had a gentleman in, bought 4 tires.
Right.
He works at Line College, and they get a special discount,
Sure.
Line League, And he said, what about my Line League? And Bobby said, well, this is already on sale, so that doesn't apply. He said, well, I thought so. I said, but wait a minute, sir. You get 10% off at Line.
Right.
You're getting 25% off on the tire. I'll be happy to charge you a regular price and give you your 10% off. He was smarter than that.
That's right. He go for that, didn't he? He go for that.
No, he didn't at all.
Yeah, that 25%,
He said,
10%.
10%. I thought I confused the professor, but he was smarter.
That's right. And the guy doesn't have to be a math professor for that, does he?
No.
Doesn't even have to be a professor.
And no matter how old you get, you don't forget that.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
I'd rather have 25% off.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he took the 25 and left the 10 on the table.
That's right. I don't blame him. Smart fella.
That's right.
Smart
But
fella.
remember that, folks. If you're a student at Line, a professor at Line, you get your Line League discount here. If you trade at First Community Bank, you get your Gen Gold discount. I mean, there's lots of things that doesn't come off of sale prices, but hey, lots of things you buy or not,
Sure,
So,
absolutely.
So don't forget to tell us that you qualify for one of those. And I surprised the guy the other day. He didn't even remember it, but he had a line tag on his car. And I said, "You're entitled to your line league discount." Oh, wow. You know, you're telling me that?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
I'm telling you that.
Yes, sir.
You're entitled to it. Well, see, I don't want you to leave here and then say, Kent should have given me that discount. Because that doesn't leave a very sweet taste in your mouth. Like our mint that we give you.
That's like
and I
that.
forgot to get a mint.
Oh,
my all I got,
cut the show and
all I got
start
is a
again.
pocket knife. You don't want that.
I don't want that. We're going to have to cut the show, redo the show, start again where you can get a mint. I'm not leaving. I'll get a mint after the show. That be okay?
Yeah, because you and I couldn't remember what we've said up to this point.
Mr. John Kent, it's always my pleasure to get to see you, sir. And someday we're going to get on and we're going to start with the jokes on the air.
Jokes on air.
I like the jokes.
You like the jokes?
I like the jokes. Every time we come in, Mr. John Kent's got a good, and they're always good, clean, nice, friendly jokes, and I like the jokes.
Yeah, if they're not, I put ear puffs on him so he doesn't get offended.
Kent's Firestone Batesville, come see us.
Come see us.
Visiting with Mr. Ted Hall from White River Area Agency on Aging. As we get to on a month-to-month basis, we visit with somebody here, not always with Mr. Hall, but welcome back to the program, my friend.
Well, it's good to be back. I've missed a couple of months here, haven't I?
You have, but you've been busy.
I've been busy.
You've
been down
been
Little
busy.
Rock.
Yes, sir.
Making sure that we're making sure senior issues are being heard, and also made a little trip to Washington, D.C., where we visited our both our senators and our representatives. They're very supportive of seniors, and we support that on all fronts there. And of course, we know there's going to be changes as we move forward with some health care issues, but we just don't know what it's going to be.
Right.
So how they affect us, we'll soon find out. But anyway, we want to make sure they know that we're there and that we're for seniors, and we'll keep on the fight.
When you have a change in administration and you have changes in policies in Washington, D.C., I mean, from a political standpoint and a non-political standpoint, change comes and sometimes things go away. And
Sure.
if you're not there advocating for our seniors, then sometimes those programs may go away. And that's the one thing we want our programs to improve.
Absolutely. And a lot of times, things that happen, it really helps you to bring your programs up front and forward, because we can show that we make a difference.
Absolutely.
And when you have 800 employees, and of the 800 employees, probably almost 675 are out in homes every day in our 10-county area, David.
Sure.
Now that's making a difference in people's lives.
Absolutely,
now,
it is.
So they don't want to mess with that, but we've got to tell the story. And you just got to make sure that you do tell a story, and that's one of my jobs that we do, so we like to do that. We're always full of knowledge here, David.
We are, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. Well, the May, since 1963, when John F. Kennedy was president, he declared May as the Senior Citizens Month.
Right.
Then in 1980, President Jimmy Carter, he declared it, changed the name to Older Americans Month. So I guess it made it, anyway, that's what he did. I don't know why he did it. But
Right, absolutely. Older Americans Month.
So that's what we're doing, and we have a lot of activities. We have a lot of our ads that we have on radio, and then we bring it to here on our cable station, that we emphasize this. And again, talking about seniors in the sense of, isn't it neat, David, to have seniors who, let's say, have been in the different wars. Not that the war is a good thing, but it is the fact. But they pass down the stories. They pass down history. And also through that, we learn a lot about how we ought to maybe live differently or how we ought to act differently. But anyway, it's very interesting to be able to talk to veterans and seniors and how independent they are, in a sense that at times they don't even want help.
Right.
But at some point in time, we all need help, David.
Absolutely.
And so it's really interesting as we work with seniors that we keep that in mind, that they're a very proud group, but yet at the same time, there is a time that you ask for help. So, but we have a different group of seniors, and we keep kind of changing articles here about different things that I have read, but really, seniors overall today are trying to be more healthy, and they show that.
Right.
And of course, we need to be, but there is they are more being health conscious, and through our senior centers, we have health wellness programs. Mm-hmm. So you don't and there's nothing wrong with playing dominoes and cards, but all of our senior centers, we offer a lot of programs dealing with diabetics and making sure that you watch yourself and not fall, because that's the number one problem with seniors is falling, and then they injure themselves and all those kind of things like that. So we do have a different group of seniors, but they've got a great history in the sense of telling us what has happened to them and what, in the past, whether it be the Depression or the wars or just things in general. But I know, David, in my own life, just look at the telephone. You know, we've gone to the cell phones. We used to have those rotary phones. We used to have the party line.
Party line.
My parents made sure I wasn't listening on what that.
Yes,
And old Ben's laughing. He don't even know what a party line is.
No, probably not.
Anyway,
And most young people would not know what a party line
and
is.
so even the phones with it and the landlines are even seem to be less. So anyway, it's kind of neat to be a part of history. And it's certainly, as we have Older Americans Act and Older Americans seniors during this month, we want to recognize them and just say thanks to them for whatever they've done. They've made it this far, so that's an accomplishment right there. But anyway, what we always mention this is that if they have questions about seniors, they can call us here at our Batesville office, which we are the corporate office, and that'd be 870-612-3000. So we're here ready to help, and sometimes, David, our care manager will visit with families, and they're not ready for help at this time.
Right.
But if in case something should happen later on down the road, if they've made those initial contacts, then it kind of makes the process move forward. So anyway, it's great being here, always with you. Well, you have another question.
I do. We talk about this a lot of times, and we always want to mention this. When you talk about the seniors themselves asking for, the older Americans, as we call them, asking for the help, they may not. But we certainly encourage their family to reach out to us.
Absolutely.
If they know that they need some help, and sometimes that might be easier for the person that needs the help if somebody in their family is saying, look, Mom, look, Dad, we probably need to get you a little help. Let's talk to White River Area Agency on Aging.
Absolutely.
So we encourage you to help
and, that's
help
that's a great point. If somebody does call us, we send what we call our care managers out, and they're really trained to ask the right questions, and they can help kind of guide whether it be the parent or the children through this process, because a lot of times people don't even know about us. They don't understand us. Only thing they know that we have something to do with older Americans, and so that's a great thing. And we're one of the busiest times of year that we have is right after the holidays,
right?
Because the kids have been home and they notice something a little different about Mom and Dad, and so they call and ask us about things.
It struck me right now of thinking about White River Area Agency on Aging and the help we need is kind of like a worn out windshield wiper. When you don't really realize that you need the help until you need the windshield wiper when it's raining.
Then you need some help.
So I mean, a lot of times we don't realize we need some help until something goes wrong, and then we say, hey, we need some help. You're the ones to call. Good to see you, Mr. Ted Hall.
Yeah, and if we have questions, we're here for whatever the questions. If we can't help you, we can direct them to some place where they can get some help. We promise that.
Mr. Ted Hall, who is the Executive Director of White River Area Agency on Aging, 10 counties, Independence and Jackson County are our specialties, and we appreciate you taking time to join us.
Pleased to be with you guys.
Let's continue on with more of our show. We are at the Dairy Queen in Batesville, Arkansas, and it's the Dairy Queen Grill and Chill, and there's always something good going on. We generally film about lunchtime here at the DQ. Tremendous crowd each and every day that we're here, a crowd all the way through the afternoon and in the evening hours. David Black with Ben Black. Ben, it's always great to be at the Dairy Queen.
Yeah, it is, David. Like you said, we come during lunch, and every time we come to Dairy Queen, it's a packed house. Whether it's an hour before noon, an hour after noon, it seems like there's always somebody here getting some of these good treats, Well,
a lot of good treats, and one of the things they talk about is the $5 lunch. They've got a $5 lunch, a new honey barbecue glazed chicken. Man, that is fantastic. They talk about, there's a grill and a chill. What's your favorite? When you come to the Dairy Queen, what do you like to get?
Well, it's kind of hard to come to Dairy Queen and not have both. You know, the grill, you have just such a assortment on the new menu, you know, from the, you know, the chicken bacon ranch to if you just want just a snack, you can't go wrong, Dad. You know, they've got these Reese's that's new, the Extreme Blizzard.
Blizzards of the month? Have
Blizzard of the month.
Yeah.
I mean, and they still have a lot of the old classic treats. You know, if you want if you're a traditional Dairy Queener, then you can go in there and you can get you a Star Kissed, you can get you a Dilly bar, a Buster bar, you know,
Sure.
the famous Peanut Buster Parfait. I mean, they're all amazing treats that have been around for a long time, and they're now implementing some new stuff that's seems to be pretty successful as well.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, you're going in and you're going to order today. Tell me what you're going to get.
I'll have the triple cheeseburger loaded with everything, and I would also make that a large, and I'll have a Peanut Buster Parfait to go.
Where do you have onion rings or French fries?
Both.
Gonna have both with the triple, and I wouldn't doubt that you would order that. There's no doubt. I mean, it's absolutely great stuff, and the Streckers here in Batesville who give back to the community at the Dairy Queen. The Dairy Queen Grill and Chill, always a blizzard of the month, always something happening here. And like Ben says, if you're here at 11 o'clock, we got a good crowd. If you're here at noon, we got a good crowd. If you're after, 1 o'clock. But the thing about it, real quick service. They get your order in and out and get it to you quickly.
And they get it correct.
Absolutely, they do. Dairy Queen, the Grill and Chill, Batesville, come see us. Merchants of Planters Bank, Tara Salinas joins us with their report, and it's always a pleasure to get to see you. And May is one of those months that is just busy leading up to Port Fest. Lots of things going on, and they may have already happened, but we want to talk about a lot of things that happen.
May is just if you look at the calendar for May, it's packed, and it's a great month because it's nicer weather, hopefully, and and you've got your graduates. They're ending an era and embarking on a new journey through life, and you've got all kinds of great community events that are there to raise awareness for very important things. We've got the Relay for Life event that the event kind of culminates on a Friday night at the beginning of May, but we've been working on Relay for Life events all throughout the year, raising money. We, anything we can do to raise awareness for this great cause, we're there. Our insurance agency, I wish I could, if you go to our Facebook page and look at our Facebook page on the insurance agency.
And we encourage you to do so.
Please do. And like us and follow both of the insurance agency and the bank on Facebook. They're two separate pages. But the insurance agency has a relay tree. They put up their Christmas tree and put purple lights all around it and put relay flags in it. We had a lot of T-shirts from the previous year's relays. And so they were encouraging people to come in, make a donation to Relay for Life, and then they would give them a T-shirt from under the tree. Right. So just neat little things like that I love that, our people get so involved and so passionate about these community events and come up with great ideas like that. So,
Relay for Life in Newport and Merchants of Planters Bank and your association with that. I mean, first of all, it is a tremendous event. Not only for us, but for lots of folks. But it is especially big here in Jackson County. It's just huge. It's huge. We raise a lot of money.
Because, again, people feel passionate about it because it's dear to them because cancer is it has such a huge impact, especially on this area.
Yes.
So everyone is affected by it, and everyone gets involved in it. And I want to say a special thank you to Stacy Wagner. She is and has been our chairperson on the Relay for Life committee for years and years, and she does such a great job, and she is so passionate about it, and she gets everyone excited, and she works really hard.
Right, she does.
So thank you, Stacy. We love you. But all of our group, like I said, I can't brag on them enough. They take the initiative themselves. They see the need in the community, and they get out there and they get busy and they work hard and they raise money and they raise awareness, and I'm proud of them. So thanks to everyone.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so we've got that. We've got Port Fest, as you mentioned, is coming up in June. We're real excited about the new Port Fest.
Yeah, it ought to be tremendous.
It's going to be so much fun, and I think we're just going to see not only our friends and neighbors from Jackson County, but I just feel like it's going to draw a huge crowd from all over the area. Something for Newport to be really proud of, I think, and welcome everyone in and show them what a great town we have. And
what's a whole different concept? I mean,
yeah.
We had a concept that it worked for many, many years and continued to work, but we needed something that was going to be a change, something that was going to be a push, something that would be exciting. And tell us a little bit about the singing part and what we're going to do if those people don't already know as far as the entertainment goes. This is so cool.
It is cool, and I'm sure everyone has read or heard that we're going from our traditional Port Fest to a new kind of venue, and it's all cover entertainment. Tribute bands.
Right.
And there really is something for everyone. Every music taste that's out there, you can find an act that's going to fit that. If your thing is athletics, they've got the Run Lizard Creek thing going. Just so many fun events. It's packed into 2 days, and I think it's going to be amazing, and I think everybody needs to rest up because it's going to be a lot, but it's going to be fun. And Merchants and Planters Bank is really proud to be a part of it. We have supported Port Fest, for years and years, and we're just excited to be a part of it again this year. And I think, like I said, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I encourage everyone to come out and enjoy all the music. So we'll be there too. We'll have our booth there. We'll have our people there. Come by, say hi. I'm sure we'll be giving some stuff away, so come see us at Port Fest. Put that on the calendar for sure.
Fun month and leading up to Port Fest, and just Port Fest is just one of those times of the year that, I've been going for a long, long time, back to the riverboat days, and it's amazing how it's evolved, and it's amazing that I think this will be the best Port Fest that we have ever had.
I agree.
I really do.
I think it's going to be so much fun.
I do too.
Like I said, and we've got, again, congratulations to all of our graduates that are out there. We're proud of you guys. We're going to be using our grill, our big, we call her M.A.P. grill.
Right, yeah.
And we're going to be cooking for some of our students and some other community members as well. So your M&P bankers are going to be out there this month. Stop by, say hi, and hey, tell us what you like, tell us what you don't like.
Right.
That's what we're here for. We want to hear from you and talk to you and make sure that we're doing everything that we can do to be the best community bank you've ever had.
Our hometown bank, Merchants and Planters Bank. Y'all know where we are in Newport, locations throughout northeast and north central Arkansas. She's Tara Salinas, and you do a great job out helping promote M&P Bank, Newport, Arkansas, and Jackson County. Thanks, Tara.
Thank you.
Hey, this is David Black for Cable 15 TV in Newport and Cable Channel 6 in Batesville, and I just want to talk to you a little bit about opportunity to advertise. And we still feel like that we have one of the best mediums that you can have to spread the word. If you're an advertiser, if you've got a business, you've got a place that you talk about goods and services, and you want to try to spread the word, we still feel like that cable television is still a great avenue for your business. Now, very, very affordable in what we do. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about production work. If you've got a business and you're looking to try to produce some of your videos, like the opportunity to do that, at least to sit down with you and give you some prices. Facebook is so huge now. A lot of people are going to Facebook videos, and you're sitting there and you're going, boy, if I only knew somebody that could produce a Facebook video for me and show me how to get it on Facebook, boy, I'd really like to do that. A lot of people are doing them on their own now, but if you want a professional video done, that's what we're doing right now. We've got Cable 15 TV in Newport. We've got Cable Channel 6 Avenue in Batesville. If you're just wanting to do a video for your website, we will do that. We'll show you how to get it on there. If you're wanting to do a video for your Facebook page, we can do that. And all of this is very, very affordable. When you're talking about spending advertising dollars, you got to get the biggest bang for your buck. So if you're in the market or you think you want to do some Facebook videos, if you want to do some YouTube videos, if you want to do some just videos that's production work that you're using somewhere else, give us an opportunity to do that. I was just going through and looking at Newport Cable 15 TV, which is our YouTube channel, and looking at all the different videos that we have done, just in the last several years. And then go to cable15tv.com. We put our videos on our website. You may want to put some videos of yours on your website. Give us a call at 870-512-8427. Let us talk about your advertising plan. Let us talk about what we feel like we can do for you. Very, very inexpensive when you look at an advertising budget on what we do. When you talk about our web page, whether you talk about your web page, whether we talk about our Facebook page, your Facebook page, it's just real inexpensive on what we do. Just give me a call at 870-512-8427. You can send me an email at dblackriverboat@yahoo.com, or you can send me a text message on that telephone number. Real easy to get a hold of. You can even send me a Facebook message, a personal message at my Facebook page. But we do Facebook, we do YouTube, we do our own web page. We can market a plan for you at a price that I promise you folks will be unbeatable anywhere. You tell us what you want to spend. You tell us what you're trying to do as far as advertising. You give us a budget on what you want to spend, and let us give an opportunity, or give us the opportunity to sit down with you and tell you what we can do for that amount of money. Folks, I promise you it works. We just don't have a lot of time to get to each and every client and go by and try to make a sales presentation to you. I mean, if you're interested, let us know. If you're not interested, we certainly don't want to bother you and waste your time. That's not what we're here to do. We're here to try to help you get customers in your door. And if we can't do it over the course of 3 or 4 months, you can fire us. That's right. Fire us. We don't care. If we can't help you in 3 months' time, we can't help you at all. Give us a call today at 870-512-8427, or again, our email address, dblackriverboat@yahoo.com, or look me up on Facebook at David Black or Cable 15 TV. You can find us somewhere, and folks, if we can't help you, fire us after 3 months. Have a good day. Hope to hear from you soon. Lindley Health and Rehab Newport, Sherry Hanley, Jordan Price. Y'all know who Sherry Hanley is. And Sherry, tell us just a little bit about Jordan before we get to talking to her about what her expertise is here.
Well, Jordan is a member of our Lindley family, Team Lindley, yay. She is actually in our therapy unit, does an amazing job. She's kind of like the class clown. She's a lot of fun to be around. The residents love her, and they have so much fun with her. And I'll let Jordan kind of tell us, everybody, what she does here and how much fun we have here.
Well, and before we get into that, tell us a little bit about you. Tell us about where you're from, where you grew up, graduated. Tell us a bit about education, so on and so forth. Tell us a little bit about you.
Well, I grew up in Wynn. I'm from Wynn originally. Grew up there, born there, everything. Went to high school there. Went to school in Jonesboro. Didn't really know what I was going to do, so it took me a little bit to get going. But then I ended up going to A-State's Physical Therapist Assistant Program and graduated there last May.
Why physical therapy?
Why not?
Yeah, that's a good answer.
I absolutely love it. I enjoy getting to help these people get back to their optimal level, get back to where they need to be, and it's one of the most rewarding things that you can do. To see
let me ask you this. Did you know that, or when did you know you wanted to, number one, be in physical therapy, and number two, want to work in a nursing home?
Well, I knew that I wanted to do physical therapy whenever I worked as a personal trainer at 10 Fitness. Yeah. And I started having some geriatric clients. I never really knew that I wanted to do it exactly, but then I got into the program, and we get to do different clinical settings. So I went to an outpatient clinic, I went to a peds clinic, and then I ended up being in a nursing home. And I was scared to death of being in a nursing home.
Really?
It terrified me. And then I got there and I cried when I left. It was a 5-week rotation, and I did not want to leave.
Is that right?
Yep. And I was like, all right, no kids, nothing else. I want to go to geriatrics.
Wow. And how long have you been here, and how did you get here? How did you get at Lindley?
Well, I've been here since last July.
Okay.
Last July, middle of July.
Okay.
And it was just, I had just taken my boards, gotten the news that I passed my boards, and that was a party in itself, amazing. But then I got an email that was saying, hey, we're looking for, we have a spot here. Do you think, you want to be a part of the team? Came in, interviewed, loved it, been here ever since.
Tell me a little bit about what you actually do on a day-to-day basis. What's it like on a day-to-day basis here at Lindley in the physical therapy department?
Well, most of us get here, I get here around 6 in the morning. Usually I try to time what time I get here and what time I leave with the 6 to 2 shift.
Okay.
Because they're getting up in the mornings. If they ever need help getting up, we go in there and we help them get up. If people are awake from about 6 to 7, we have an hour to where we can, work with the early birds. There's always some people that want to come in and drink their coffee and do their therapy and get done. Then during the morning we work with absolutely anybody that has therapy, and do any kind of balance exercises, any kind of just general strengthening, working on getting in and out of the bathroom, in and out of the shower, whatever we need to do.
Generally speaking, when you're talking about your patients and being in a nursing home, and I know you do short-term and long-term, and are the folks generally receptive to the therapy? Do they enjoy the therapy?
Yes. We, every once in a while we get somebody that's just kind of like, man, I'm tired, I don't want to do it,
Sure.
And that takes a little bit of finagling your way to figure out how to work with each person. But yeah, mostly everybody loves it. Once they're here for about a week, it takes them about a week, and they're like, oh, what are these people doing? And then it's like, okay, all right, we're good, let's go.
And then it makes them feel better. Once they get into the routine, they feel
yeah.
so much better.
Oh yeah, the routine is key. Getting, if you work with somebody every day at 6, you work with them at 6. If you work with somebody every day before lunch, usually you need to work with them before lunch. If not, their whole day's gone.
It sounds to me like you just have a blast doing your job.
I absolutely love it. People tell me that, whenever I talk about my job or whenever I tell them what I do, they're like, well, you sound like you're having so much fun. What do you actually do? And I kind of go into the spiel I just told you. But if you don't love what you do and you don't look forward to getting up every day and going to your job, you're working. I'm not working. I like
that. I like that.
I love it.
Tell me a little bit about the Lindley family. Tell me how you feel about the Lindley family.
Ever since I started working here, in July, it was my first job out of college, and I was absolutely nervous. I was so nervous because I'm like, okay, I know what I need to do. I know how to do it, but it's kind of still getting in the groove of things. But I can't imagine working anywhere else. Everybody here is like, it's like a family. I know everybody's name now. It took me a while, but I know everybody's name, from CNAs to nurses all the way up to administration. I know everybody here will say hi. Everybody here will work together and get just anything that needs to get done, we get it done. And we get it done and we have fun at the same time.
Yeah, no doubt about it. But before we get out here, I want you to introduce us to what looks like a stuffed puppy down here. And this is actually not a stuffed puppy. This is a beautiful little puppy. Tell me about this puppy.
This is Boog, and he is my puppy dog. He is my fur child. And he has such a docile temperament. He is a Corgi and an Australian Shepherd mix.
Wow.
And if you have a ball in your hand, he will throw it, or you will throw it until your arm falls off, because he will go get it. He's so docile, and he just loves to come to work with me. He's never been through any kind of formal training, but you come in here and he's a therapy dog.
Sherry, I think y'all have done okay with this hire at Lindley. I think this young lady's going to do wonderful things, not only for Lindley, but certainly for the residents.
And the residents, they absolutely love Jordan. They love everyone in our therapy department, and they love Boog. And he loves them too.
Oh yeah, he definitely loves it. He loves it here.
Well, Jordan, we appreciate you taking time to visit with us today. Sounded to me like the physical therapy department here that's where it's going on right here.
That's the happening place.
Lindley Health and Rehab. If you need our services, you can call, you can come by, you can come visit with us, and I promise you'll always see a happy smile here at Lindley. Thanks, ladies.
Thank you.
We're at Unity Health Harris Medical Center, and Nancy George joins us to talk about some stuff in Port Fest. Nancy is on the Port Fest committee, and Nancy, first of all, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for taking time to talk about what Unity Health sponsors, and we have a big event in Port Fest. First of all, tell us what this event is called.
It's called the Run Lizard Creek Mud Run.
And at Mud Run, as you just explained, doesn't necessarily have to be a mud run, but
No.
tell us just exactly what that is, if you don't mind.
What it's going to be is a mud obstacle course that's set up out at Port Fest through the pecan orchard and back through some of the fields. And it will come out in the cul-de-sac that's in the very back of Jacksonport State Park. It'll be about 3.25 miles, and it will be filled with walking or running and about 20 to 25 obstacles.
All right, now, I guess you have to make when you say a mud run, for those people who have not ever seen something like this on TV, which I have, and I've seen stuff on Facebook, I mean, what exactly, explain how it works.
Well, we have wave times, and so there will be a group of people that go off every 15 minutes or so, and you take off and you either walk or run, and there will be a course, a path that's mapped out with markers, and you'll just take that path from start to finish, and along the way there will be different types of obstacles that you'll encounter, and you'll have the option to either try to attempt to tackle that obstacle, or you will have a way to go around it if you feel like it's not for you.
Give me a couple of examples. You don't have to name them all, the obstacles that you're talking about, but some of these obstacles, thus the mud run comes into play here. Tell us about some of the obstacles.
Some of them will definitely be filled with mud. There will be water slide type obstacles. There will be walls that you can climb over. There will be bridges that you will walk over, ditches. It could be tire obstacles, hay obstacles. It can be any number of things.
So once you complete this thing and at the end, you're probably going to have a little mud on you if you participate through all of the obstacles.
That is correct. You might be a little bit dirty.
It sounds like a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun.
All right, tell us when the event is going to be and how we get registered and to get more information. How do we do that?
Port Fest will be held this year, June 9th and 10th. Our event will be on Saturday. Registration will open at 8 o'clock and the course will open at 9, and we will take people in waves every 15 minutes until everyone that wants to go through the course has been through. You can get some more information. You can go to the Port Fest website. It's portfest.org. You can register for the race at raceroster.com, and there's also a website for Run Lizard Creek.
Wow. It ought to be, of course, Port Fest is going to be exciting, but this is maybe the most exciting thing that we do. Now, I did mention to you mention to the folks about you being on the Port Fest committee. Talk a little bit about the work that committee does. I mean, we don't start March 1st and put something together and say, here we go. We've been working all year. Talk a little bit about your job within the committee and then the committee itself and then how hard it is to put something like this together.
Well, this past year, I think things went a little different. This is my first year on this committee, but with Riverfest changing to the traditional Port Fest weekend, the decision was made to take a step back and sort of look at Port Fest as a whole and consider the option of changing the weekend so that we weren't competing with them. And just to sort of see how Port Fest could be done in a new and fresh way and how things could be changed. And so this newer committee was put together to sort of explore those options and see what people might want, what traditional things we might want to bring back that have been gotten rid of in the past. And so this committee worked really hard to sort of make changes to Port Fest and bring new and fresh ideas and things that would be inviting for the entire community, families, anyone involved. And so that's sort of how it all got started. And then from those new ideas, we sort of each were given tasks. And for me, I've done mud runs, so it was a natural spot for me to go to.
Absolutely.
To start exploring this option and sort of put that together for the committee.
And going back once again to the mud run, and you're talking about the obstacles. If you wish, you can maybe go around one of those obstacles.
Yes, there will be an option to go around.
And I had mentioned before we got on, I could do this obstacle course. I could do this thing on a four-wheeler. And you said that I could stop the four-wheeler and get off and do the obstacle, and I said, no, I'm going to go around the obstacle. That's the way I could handle it. Oh, it's going to be an exciting time at Port Fest, and I guess I should have asked you earlier, tell us a little bit about you and your family and your kids.
Okay. I am originally from Kennett, Missouri. My husband is Heath George, and he works here at the hospital as an anesthetist. He was born here, raised in Jonesboro, but we have lots of family in the community. We have 2 kids. We have a daughter that's 7 and a son that's 4.
Fantastic. I appreciate you, Nancy, taking time to visit on what we call the Nickel of Unity Health and Harris Medical Center to talk about Port Fest, because we are a big sponsor, and we want to make sure that we get in there and sponsor something. We elected to do this year, and you're the chairman of that committee, and it should be an exciting Port Fest for sure.
I think so. I agree.
Run Lizard
Creek.
Mud Run. Run. Just sign up on those places she told you to do and come have fun at Port Fest 2017. Thanks, Nancy.
Thanks. You're welcome.
My good friend Jay Cox, we're at St. Michael's Place. Good to see you, my friend.
Hey, how you doing, David?
I'm good. You doing all right?
I'm doing good.
Tell me about the weather.
The weather, we got a lot of water.
We've got a lot of water
in Jackson County, and a lot in the counties around us are really in bad shape.
Absolutely.
We've actually been a little bit lucky in a lot of our areas compared to some, but
yeah, we have.
Lots of it still falling.
Yes, sir. The day we filmed, it was 50-something degrees and still raining, and it's, I don't know, 3rd or 4th of the month. But anyway, we're going to talk about St. Michael's Place and talk a little bit about the Easter egg drop hunt. What a huge crowd that St. Michael's drew that day. Talk a little bit about that.
We did, David. We had an Easter egg hunt, but we also had quite a few other activities along with it. Now, we had planned for a helicopter. We had worked it out with Unity Health, was going to come by and drop a big group of eggs. Now, we already had quite a few out on the grounds, but we had probably 300 plus people from the community come out and go through the facility. We had pictures made with the Easter bunny, you know, and we had hot dogs and hamburgers and music playing, and it kind of turned into a little street dance out there on the parking lot. And inflatable bounce houses and petting zoo and all kinds of good stuff. And but what happened was the helicopter had an emergency flight, which of course that, you know, those things take priority, and so they weren't able to come, but we still had enough activities going on. Everybody had a good time, and the weather was perfect.
Good
deal.
I
think I got a little sunburn that day.
Good deal. That was a great day then.
Yeah,
great.
Sure
St. Michael's giving back, and what a great idea to get the community involved. And Jay, we want to talk just a little bit about, you know, when it comes time to make a decision about what we do. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of things you got to consider, and I know you wanted to talk just a little bit about that.
I do, David, and one of the things about long-term care, and you'll hear this from just about anybody you talk to, and folks will say, well, you know, I don't want to end up in a nursing home. I don't want to end up in a facility. I want to be able to take care of myself and live independently. But the thing is that we don't get any younger. We're all getting older, and you know, I can remember when I was a kid going to Newport High School, and I can remember you know, being involved in sports and being active, and now I'm 40, and you told me this morning I had a little gray hair showing, and which is okay. But the truth is, we all will come to a place when we may need someone to help take care of us. And here at St. Michael's Place, we don't just have you know, people here that are just here to clock in and clock out and do their job and go home. But when you work in a facility like this, you actually take on family. You begin to care about your residents, and you know, we're here. We see the folks in this facility sometimes more than we see our own families and extended families, and we run into folks, David, that when it comes time to make that decision to bring your loved one into a facility like this, and I know we've talked in the past few weeks about the rehab and how wonderful it is, and we do short-term rehab and get you back on your feet, get you back home, but the other part of what we do is long-term care. And I was just thinking about this morning, as I knew we was going to be visiting today, and maybe there's somebody watching this video that maybe grandmother has had a lot more confusion in the last few weeks or the past few months. Maybe you've noticed how they kind of wander off sometimes, and you're worried about them. Maybe the strength, Grandpa don't have the strength that he used to, or maybe your mom or dad, and we just want you to know that when you start seeing those things, when confusion levels are not like they used to be, when it seems like they're just in a different place mentally, you know, when it feels like, well, mom or dad's going through something. I don't know what it is, but that's where we come in. We have trained professionals. We actually have a lighthouse unit, David, in our facility it is actually a secure unit. For folks that may get lost or for memory loss issues, forget where they are, things like that. We're the only facility in Jackson County that can offer a complete secure unit. So when your loved one comes in, we have trained professionals to deal with dementia, Alzheimer's, some of those things that we don't like to talk about, and we hope that we never have to face. But the truth is, many people have to face those.
They do. Yes, they do. Jay, not only have to face it, but it's tough decisions on all of us when we become the caregivers on what to do, what is best for my loved one, and then what is best for the family of that loved one. There are some very, very tough decisions when you start talking about nursing home facilities, and you got to find a place that's loving and caring, and there's no doubt we have that here, and it's just tough decisions on all of us when we have to make that decision.
It is, and it's no secret if you're watching here in Jackson County that St. Michael's Place has had to overcome some obstacles in the past. We have a new administration and a new team of leadership here that has 20 years plus experience. They care.
Sure.
Having folks that care not only about the resident, but there's a lot more than just deciding to come into a long-term care facility, but there's insurance, there's Medicare, there's Medicaid, there's financials, there's most of the time people will leave behind a house and furniture and all there's lots of affairs that have to be put in order, and my job is a social worker, and so I help deal a lot in those areas that really isn't related to nursing or skilled nursing at all. And so we don't just help maintain their medicines and feed them. We actually help the families adjust as well, and help and take care of those things, and the financial part of we have not only that, just employment opportunities as well here at St. Michael's of all kinds of types of jobs here, and then as far as the resident, there's a lot that goes into it, and it's a good place to be. The people here care, and St. Michael's is up and coming. We're on the way.
If anybody would know that, nobody would know it any better than Jay Cox. Jay Cox, my friend, good to see you, sir.
Good to
We're
be
at St.
here.
Michael's Place and
Glad
get to
have
visit
you
with
today.
Jay, a lot. We, visit with others as we go throughout the course of the year. St. Michael's Place in Newport.
Come see us.
Look at this cat daddy. And I mean cat daddy.
Cat daddy.
Look at this guy, man.
Oh my gosh.
Dr. McDowell, are you a real doctor?
I am. Well, no, I'm not a real doctor.
You're a cat cool doctor, baby. What's happening, dude?
Not much.
Hey, I love the glasses.
They're cool, aren't they?
But I want to know what the thing is behind it that's holding it.
Oh.
What is that?
That's a place where cats and small gerbils can hang on.
That's why you call it Cat Daddy.
That is that of course protects your neck, but that floats. That makes these glasses float on the lake, and these actually, the lenses are polarized for lake. This is like the lake pear.
It is.
Yeah.
If it falls in the lake, and they're gonna fall in the lake.
Yes. Yes. If
And
you're
they
on if you're on a boat that I'm on, yes.
And they just float right along. You just jump right in and get them, don't
Yeah,
you?
you get them or somebody
I
finds
love
them for
it.
you.
This is Dr. Gavin McDowell with Custom Eyes Vision Care in Newport. And I really want Dr. McDowell to tell, and by the time you see this, it's probably already happened, but in all fairness, you're going to do something this Friday that's exciting to you. It's exciting for the charitable part. But
I never said it was going to be exciting.
Yes, you did too. You said you could not wait. What you said is you could not wait. And I said, I'll wear these pink glasses because I love pink if you'll tell me what you're going to do Friday.
I am participating in the Komen Race for the Cure in Arkansas.
Great, that's
for the first time.
fantastic.
Up in Jonesboro, they got a...
Tell it all, brother. Don't leave nothing out.
There's a walk a mile in her shoes.
Yes, yeah. How's that work?
Friday night. Well, I'm going to be running a 100-yard dash in high heels and a pink tutu.
It's a great way to raise money.
Yeah.
Are you sure that's what you're supposed
Well,
to do?
I'm not going to try to break any land speed records or anything.
No.
And I may be on crutches.
Here's the
Come
good deal.
Monday.
I've got friends over at Jonesboro, and they told me that
You have
you.
friends?
I do. They told me that you were the first to volunteer. You said, I want to do that.
Well, I had the wardrobe already. Might as well.
Might as well use it publicly.
All
hadn't
right,
you?
yeah.
And that's okay.
It's 2017. Why can't we
That's
talk
right.
about that?
Great cause, though. Great cause.
is.
And obviously the idea is to raise money.
Raise money for breast cancer research and awareness. Yes, sir. I'm a big breast cancer supporter. My mother had breast cancer and had a lumpectomy. Thankfully, that's all she needed to have done. But my wife's aunt passed away with breast cancer. I have a very close friend who got diagnosed. That's the reason I shaved my head. She lost all her head through chemo and shaved my head. Now it's been like this for a while though, because it's really easy to take care of.
It is easy.
But yeah, I'm a big supporter for breast cancer awareness and research.
Well, I mean, good luck with that, because I know it's going to be it will be fun.
It will be fun.
Yeah. A lot of people will,
I will
a lot
not
of
be.
people will
Now,
watch.
let's be clear. I am not the only person in high heels and a tutu.
That's even better. Probably even better.
Well, no, actually, which one is weirder? A bunch of guys in high heels and tutus, or just me in high heels and tutus?
Well, that is a good question. I have no answer for that. I'm stumped. I think a lot of people, I don't know, just imagine if you were the one guy that did it. That'd be pretty neat. The one and only Gavin McDowell.
The one and only.
That's what they say about you around here. The one and only Gavin McDowell. He is the man.
I don't think they say that. You added that, right?
He is the man. Cat Daddy.
Cat Daddy.
I like that. Hey,
that's like the bee's knees. That's how old that phrase
right.
is.
Cat Daddy. Sometimes we talk about what we do here, and sometimes we don't.
Sometimes.
And we're going to talk about sunglasses today, and you gave me a pair, and I didn't mind the pink at all, honestly, but I for some reason, I, like you, have a little spot right
Look,
here.
I can't see anything.
What is the spot? What is the spot?
It's a sticker.
Oh, I see that now. I see that. Oh,
Who's
man.
your eye doctor?
Dr. McDowell is my eye doctor.
No, but we have a new line.
Tell us about the new line.
The Bolé line.
Bolé.
It's a great. It's a company that's a subsidiary of Bushnell, which is. I don't know if you are familiar. You're not a man's man, is wearing the pink glasses, but anyway. Yeah, binoculars, hunting scope, stuff like that. So the optics on the lenses are fantastic. They're really precise. And the great thing about all the Bolés is that every pair of sunglasses they have can be what are called RXable. We can put your prescription in here.
Cool.
In these and those and those, any pair of sunglasses they have, you can get your prescription put in.
Wow, but do I have to wait to get this oil out of my eye before I can?
Well, you don't have to wait.
No, that's correct. You can get one now and you can get one then.
You can get 30 pair now. And
it doesn't matter, does it?
We'll change it up later. Nah. But yeah, I mean, we got some that float. They're designed for on the lake, on the water, stuff like that. We got some specifically for golf. We got some specifically for being a cat daddy.
Yeah, cat
We
daddy.
got a bunch of different types. But yeah, there's something in there for everybody.
Well, we have Bolé, and we have other lines also.
We got kids frames in these too.
Really?
And I will say this, I was very surprised. The price point on these are very attractive compared to name brand, well-made clear optic lenses. The price point on these are fantastic.
Good deal. So you can get a good deal on these.
Yeah, you could afford 30 of those.
If you're choking me up, Doc. Don't choke me up with the price point here.
I know.
I can afford it.
It's the total package.
I do want to say this. I want to brag about you and your staff here. Linda recently came in and got some glasses, and she honestly talked about. She said it was thorough, it was professional, and it was more than she expected.
Well, that's what
that's what you're there for. Yeah, absolutely.
If you give what people expect, then they get what they expected. But if you give more than that, then that's something.
That is correct.
That is something.
That is correct. And she was very, very excited. Loves her new glasses.
Well,
just loves them.
Good.
And really the most important part about the new glasses, she said, I can see out of them.
Well, that is a good fringe benefit.
She's one of those, like we talk about, that maybe goes a little longer than what she's supposed to, and she hadn't been seen real well lately. Maybe the last 2 years or so. And you need to get in here. How often are you supposed to come in to have your eyes checked?
realistically, you should have your
Vision
eyes.
and health. Vision and
Eye vision
Okay.
and eye health.
Okay.
Checked once a year, bare minimum. That is, even if you can see, a gnat from 300 yards away, you need to have your eyes checked yearly at bare minimum. Now that goes up, if you have diabetes, high blood pressure, some pre-existing conditions, or even family history of some sight-threatening conditions, then you may need to come in more often than that. But bare minimum, a year, every year get your eyes checked, because people go get their teeth cleaned every 6 months.
Yeah.
And I use that example all the time.
Yeah.
And there is no fault to that. I'm not knocking the dental profession.
Right.
It's important.
No,
Go get your teeth cleaned every 6 months. But if every tooth in your head falls out, we can get you dentures.
Right.
You have to give up corn on the cob. But you be able to eat most anything else you want.
Right.
If your eyes go bad, those false eyes don't work like the false teeth
Why do we not come in and do it? What do you think? Why do we not come?
You want to know what my opinion? This is my opinion.
Yeah. Why do we not do that?
Teeth is a cosmetic thing. This is our perception of how our appearance is to others and how we look to them.
I'll go with that. Yeah.
We don't think about, and there's a whole ad campaign. Think about your eyes.
Right.
We don't think about that being that's not our perception of ourselves. That is what we use to perceive others.
I got you.
So, and that's why we make a strong emphasis to have a lot of selection of frames and stuff here. So if you do have to wear glasses, we're going to get you something that you look good in. I do not.
Yeah, in a sense, there
I
is
don't want you walking out of here and looking like a clown, and somebody asks, "Hey, where'd you get your glasses?"
That's right.
Dr. McDowell's office over there.
Boy, you got some nice
Yeah,
ones, didn't you?
those are some nice,
Yes, sir.
Coke bottle glasses.
Where'd
there.
they find those? Well, and when with my eyes, and we'll talk about this some, and you had told me that when I had the surgery, you sent me to get the surgery done, and then they said you could get some glasses. It came back, and you said, David, in all fairness, with that oil in your eye, cosmetically, those words you used, cosmetically, you wouldn't look good in a pair of glasses because of the thickness of the one. And so let's try some contacts. And, wow. I mean, I appreciate that. But so there is some cosmetic effect when you talk about eyes. But I agree with you totally. Your teeth, people, you're going to smile, and people want to be able to smile. You clean teeth, and
people, and we judge. I hate to say it. We judge other people upon their smile.
Sure.
If you got summer teeth.
Right.
Then you're automatically thinking things. But if they got a nice, pretty smile, that person's got everything put together. If you look at somebody who has glasses or doesn't have glasses, it really is not that big of a difference of what your perception of that person is. So, yeah.
With not having glasses and having not had them for a while, I miss having the glasses. Now is that strange?
Yeah, no, gosh, no. I've patients who have worn glasses their entire lives come in. I send them out for cataract surgery. They come back, and our goal after cataract surgery is for you not to have glasses whatsoever, except for maybe reading.
Right.
So they come in, they get, go through the whole post-op stuff, everything heals up. I measure them, hey, you don't need anything but reading glasses. And then 3 weeks later, like, Doc, I feel naked.
I know.
I'm reaching for something that's never there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We do that. I've had them for years, and it's different not having them there. Y'all provide that service. You could put them there if you needed to.
Yes.
Put them
I like putting people there.
There or here or
They're
everywhere.
here.
Everywhere. Hey, let me ask you this. Talk a little bit more about that whole process. When you come in the door, what do you get? When you go through and you hit the first door and the second door and the third door, and then you come out and you get your glasses. Tell me about the process.
Okay. Well, I mean, to jump ahead of that or whatever, I have many patients coming here, first time they come to see us, after they're done, they will say, that was the most thorough eye exam I've ever had. We are not going to rush you through like cattle, first and foremost. We are going to take our time, not only knowing what your visual history is and what your visual complaint is, but also your health history. There's a lot of family history things that come into play as far as being concerned about future problems with your vision. I want to be proactive, not reactive.
Right.
So we're going to measure what your current glasses are, if you have any. We have machines that kind of determine where your glasses prescription might need to be.
Okay.
It's kind of a ballpark. I never use that to prescribe glasses. There are some people who do, and they're not trustworthy. But anyway. But on top of that, we're going to measure a few things as far as corneal curvature. We're going to measure basically how well your eyes work together. Are there any problems with one eye focusing differently than the other one does?
Right.
Are they aligned properly? Are we using the proper parts of the eye? And that's before I ever get you to the room.
Right.
When you get to the room, basically, I'm going to get a very precise measurement of to what your prescription should be, get you seen as well as you possibly can in the most comfortable prescription that you can.
Okay.
And I say that because there's sometimes you can over-prescribe somebody, and the patients initially in the room will like it and love it. It'll create a lot of strain. So sometimes we back things off depending upon what that prescription is. But anyway, we'll measure that precisely and accurately as possible. We're going to take a very good look at not only the front part, but middle part and back parts of the eye, make sure everything's put together like it's supposed to be.
Sure.
As I'll tell people when I put them in the what's called the slit lamp, it's a little microscope that I use to look inside their eyes. I want to see if they have anything up in that head of theirs, Make sure it's screwed on straight. But
anything behind the eye, way behind the eye.
Because I mean, even though you may see fantastically well, you may not. I mean, you may have something going on way out in the periphery of the retina that's going to tear your world apart someday. So. Yeah,
I do know this, having gone through these 2 retina surgeries and the attachment surgeries and off cataract surgeries from a year ago, it is amazing what you learn and what you study. I mean, well, the eye is, I've always thought the brain, and the brain is a very intriguing, part of the body, but the human eye is so complex.
Well, the great thing about the eye, well, I say the great thing. To me, I'm an eye guy, so I'm kind of geekish on that. But the eye's we're dealing with the nervous system because it's basically an extension of, the nervous system. It's got a direct connection to the brain. It's got all kinds of nerve fibers and all that stuff that pick up, it's receptors that pick up signal and send it to the brain. It's got muscular system to it. It's got connective tissue to it. We have avascular tissue there. The cornea is living and breathing, but it doesn't have any blood vessels to it.
Right, yeah. I know.
I mean, it's things that'll blow your mind. But it's all these things put together. It's not only these individual pieces, but as I say, it goes, the parts are greater than the sum of the whole. And
Absolutely.
You have to figure out how one thing meshes to the other and connects with one another, and how you use them, and not only how your brain uses those systems, those organ systems all together, but also, is it one of those things where is it going to be different for you because you have different hobbies, and you may be a fisherman and Joe Blow may be a baseball player.
Right.
They may have the same setup and how things are going, but this person needs something slightly different than that one.
That's correct.
You have to throw a lot of data together to come up with the right combination.
Well, you do that. Your company does that. This business does that. Customized Vision Care in the Village Mall in Newport, and of course you've got locations, a couple other locations.
I got one swimming in Pocahontas.
But not in the office. But
the office is great.
Bless their hearts in Pocahontas. And I just heard thunder just a minute ago, and fix to get some more rain, and something that we don't need. But our thoughts and prayers with all those who are in need because of the rain and the floods. But good to see you, my friend.
Too, my friend.
Dr. Gavin McDowell, always a pleasure to come in and learn something. I love to listen to you talk about your profession, because I've never had a doctor of any kind that I feel as comfortable with about the knowledge of your expertise. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I mean that from the bottom of my heart, because it is superb. If you're looking for a guy like him, or if you can't see a guy like him, you probably need to come in and find a guy like him with glasses.
If we are blurry right now,
you need him.
Well, I'll take it back. If we're blurry right now, have somebody drive you in.
That is correct. Come on in with somebody. Dr. Gavin McDowell, Customized Vision Care. We're in the Village Mall in Newport.